Who's ready for a wedding? No, it wasn't loud enough. Who's ready for a wedding? That's more like it. So welcome everybody to Pat and Sam's wedding day. They love and adore each and every one of you, so to look out and see your smiling faces, well, it means the world.
Growing up, I often felt a little bit left out. I had an amazing group of friends, but sometimes I felt like the one who didn't have a pair. Like if there wasn't enough room on the footpath, I'd be walking on the grass, or 2-for-1 drinks at the club left me holding 2 glasses. But then I met you, and suddenly I always knew who I'd be next to on the bus to Eureka every Thursday night. When I'm with you, I've always got a pair. I've always got someone to split a 2-for-1 deal with. When I'm with you, there's always room for me on the footpath.
It's hard to believe that you came into my life 9.5 years ago, because that time has absolutely flown past.
They met at the student residences at Deakin University in Geelong. Now, Pat was a second-year student. He'd lived in the building the previous year, while Sam was just starting her first year.
So we moved Sam into her accommodation. Any misgivings we had about her being lonely were very short-lived, because I think she met up with Pat before we actually even got back to Frankston.
What was the name of the building that they lived in at university? Was it A, D Block, B, Alfred, C, FJ, or D, FM? It was FJ. They lived in building FJ. Before the semester began, there was a Facebook group. It was created for the building residents. A few days later, Pat added Sam on Facebook. Sam was a very committed online stalker, so she wasted no time in reviewing his entire profile. She even messaged a friend with a screenshot of the friend request, debating whether or not to accept it, worried that he might be weird. And then she would be stuck with a random weird guy on her friend list forever. Their first conversation was about which popular band? A, Green Day, B, 5 Seconds of Summer, C, One Direction, or D, Maroon 5. Their first conversation was about 5 Seconds of Summer and about how much they suck. On March the 23rd, 2015, a month after their first meeting, Sam decided that she wanted to make the relationship official. So she piled Pat's school books on him and demanded that he ask her to be his girlfriend. Without much choice and possibly under a criminal level of duress, he asked Sam to be his girlfriend, and she, of course, accepted.
Tell me what is going on.
Pat is incredibly kind and always looks out for Sam. He has a shy side, but he's very funny and blunt once you get to know him.
See, I'm still uncouth.
A characteristic that Sam finds really endearing. He loves playing his guitar, but he especially loves playing his PlayStation.
We couldn't be more proud of the person that Patrick's grown up to be. By the age of 3, he had a 3-piece Postman Pat suit that he loved to wear.
Crisp, suave.
Nothing much has changed.
Sam is very thoughtful. She's very intelligent and usually right about most things. Pat considers Sam to be the most beautiful person on the planet and adores how she always looks impeccable regardless of the occasion.
When I put the dress on, I felt very hot in temperature.
Sam's joyful and fun-loving personality makes every day an adventure.
3, 2, 1, power!
Samantha, you've always been a shining light with your humour, stories and positive attitude to life. You've never been one to be held back with your sense of drive and determination, and we couldn't be prouder of both of you, to be honest.
Every person here holds a special place in Pat and Sam's heart. Whether you've been a part of their journey for many years or more recently, your presence here today is appreciated.
Patterns flickering on the floor and mellow yellow clouds in the morning.
Hey mate, how you doing? Hey. Ooh.
I think Pluto's going to be really badly behaved.
He'll be a frog rather than a dog coming down the aisle.
I think he's going to last about 2 minutes in the ceremony and then he'll be taken away.
East side to west side.
How did he go down the aisle?
He was good. And then he copped me at the end. He was like, Dad.
When I see Pat, I will feel happy to get it going and started.
Probably have a few tears, nerves. It'll be good though.
This is how you
Over the past 9 years, you have made me feel more loved and cared for and respected than I ever thought was possible. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I'd find a man who was unfazed by my need to put my pyjamas on the moment I got home. We have gotten degrees, won a lot of raffles and lost way more, become pet parents to Pluto.
Good boy.
Good boy, Pluto.
Sit.
And spent an ungodly amount of hours inside a DFO. We've done so much in our 9 years together, and if we live to 80, we've got 50 more to go. So let's talk about the next 50 years. I could stand up here today and make a vow to stop pretending I can't hear the sound of the washing machine finishing so that I don't have to hang it out. Or I could tell you that I'll stop spending all our money on little treats at the shops. But we both know I would have no intention of keeping those promises for 50 minutes, let alone 50 years. So instead, I vow to never let a weekend go by without turning to you and saying, want to go get drinks? I promise to attend the Collingwood Essendon game with you every year, even though you get stroppy when Essendon are losing, which is often. And I promise to keep being your chef and your shopping partner and your reality TV buddy and your best friend.
I love you.
Love you too.
From the start, you have been there. Through all the laughs, all the tears, and everything in between, you've been there. Whilst I can be stubborn, you are persistent, and your persistence always leads to greatness. Some of our best adventures are a direct result of your easygoing, go-with-the-flow nature, and whilst that can sometimes catch me and our bank account off guard, our lives have always been better for it. You are thoughtful, smart, and kind, and I know I will regret this later, but you are certainly the funnier one of the two of us.
Excellent. I'm glad we've got that down. That's legally binding, isn't it? Yeah. Who's the funny
Yes,
one?
you are the funny
And
one.
I was the winner, which we've known the whole time.
Yeah, but-
It's good that you finally accepted your
I
fate.
had to do it at the right time. Sam's the funny one.
Every step of the way, you've been my person, making every day magical and creating excitement and anticipation for what could come next. For all these reasons and so many more, that's why my love for you is ever gone. I promise to lift you when you are down and be your rock when times are tough. I promise to listen, learn and sing along to the little songs you make up out of nowhere and be your stalker on Find My Friends to make sure you've reached your destination. I promise to be the person to make you laugh, smile and give you all the love anyone could ever ask for, because that's what you deserve.
I thought Pats were good. They were good. They were from the heart.
Yours were amazing.
So now we're going to sign the legal documents and we have a little bit of fun for you. They didn't want to have to just choose two people to sign the legal documents, and so they didn't. I am going to ask them to choose a name out of the box and that person will act as their witness.
It's raffle time!
And the winner is...
Charlene Harris. That's a good one. It's not rigged, I swear.
The winner is...
Kelly Adams.
Look, I was happy that it was my mum.
It is indeed my honour and great privilege to now pronounce you husband and wife.
I think there's a real risk that Jacob will be the rowdiest.
Jacob.
Jacob! As revenge for Pat at his wedding.
He wants to make up for the alcohol I didn't drink at his wedding.
I feel that Pat may have answered the same question.
I would like to formally apologise to Jacob for rudely accusing him of being the most likely to get drunk first.
You're the love of my life, and if the last 9.5 years have been anything to go by, I can't wait to navigate the rest of my life with you by my side as my wife.
And above all else, I vow to keep being the person you paired up with 9 years ago, except now, instead of being that borderline stalker down the hall, I'll be your wife.